Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here. We are at Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa, and look what I got to look at today. This is a brand spanking new 2023 Royal Enfield SuperNova blue. Look at that color. I hope the camera's picking that up. It's just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous color. Pretty much the same bike as last year with a couple exceptions, and we'll go over that here in a minute. But so what is this absolutely gorgeous cruising looking motorcycle? It is a 349cc single overhead cam, oil and air cooled. Look at those fins. Isn't that neat? 9.5 to 1 compression, 20 horsepower, 20 foot-pounds of torque. That's 27 newton meters. 5-speed transmission, little hot rod. Let's just look at that engine for a minute. Very classic looking, very reminiscent of the old Royal Enfield singles, 500s. Even got these little chest fins down here. I just love the way that whole thing looks right through there. Coming up over here, it's got the 5-speed transmission. It's got the, look at that, the heel shifter right there. And I grew up on heel shifters, so I do like them. Virtually every motorcycle I've had as an adult does not have them. So when I do get a chance to ride one of these, we'd ride one today, but it's winter here in Iowa. I do have to remind myself to use it. But isn't that just a gorgeous looking motorcycle? Look at that exhaust pipe. Big old chrome pickle on the side there. Just absolutely gorgeous. The blue, this giant gorgeous badge, the silver stripe right here, the black right here, carries on through here, you know, Meteor sign with the 350. Just a gorgeous thing. Just an absolutely gorgeous looking, all blacked out motor with the chrome covers for the fuel injection. It's a fuel injected bike, by the way. Just fabulous, you know. Chrome gas cap, chrome bars, chrome mirrors. Just coming onto the back, chrome ring on the taillight and blinkers. Chrome on the shocks. It's just a gorgeous thing. Absolutely gorgeous thing. So let's step over here to the front end. The forks are 41 millimeter. I think they're 130 millimeters of travel. That's about 5 inches, a little over 5 inches. The brake is a 300 millimeter, look at that, 300 millimeter fixed disc with a bi-bree floating caliper, 2-piston floating caliper, and ABS too, by the way, ABS front and back. And it's attached to this gorgeous milled wheel. So it's a tubeless tire, by the way. If you notice, this has got these milled sections, metallic, very good looking, I think. The tire itself on the front is a 190/19, and on the back it's a 170/70/17. By the way, the disc on the rear, it's a single pod bi-bree on a 270 millimeter ABS disc also. But isn't that just gorgeous? I just love it. Very good looking front end. Now scooching up here, this is something that when these bikes came out, they were supposed to have these in America, but they had them in the rest of the world, but they didn't have them in America. 2023, they're back. They did finally get these approved for the American market. Very nice little windscreen. I have not driven a bike with this yet. I've driven the bike without it, but I like the way it looks. Gone for this year is the nav system. There used to be a little nav thing that was right here. That can be bought as an optional extra, I believe. Check with the dealer about that. Call Baxter's and ask them about that. But let's look at the dash while we're here. Just a really neat looking thing. Chrome ring, all this chrome up here. There's a fuel gauge on the top. Looks like a gear indicator. Trip A, Trip B, a clock, battery light, engine light, ABS light, neutral light. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. While we're here, let's look at look at the stylized clutch lever. You know, it isn't just a plain lever, it's a bespoke. It's made for this particular motorcycle almost. I like the way that looks. These grips are reminiscent of the old Amal grips from the old Enfields of the old days, you know. Little chrome ends on the ends. Just a gorgeous looking thing, isn't it? So here is the high-low beam, and then a pass to flash to pass, I'm sorry, blinkers, and then the horn button. Over here, it's shut off, run, and then over like this to start. And this color is a throwback to the old days also. That's the hazard light button right there. That's the front brake reservoir. I just love this. Look at these big chrome ends here. Just a gorgeous thing. Just a gorgeous thing. You know, lots of chrome on this whole thing. Just check that out. Even a chrome cap on the end of the swing arm. Beautiful, beautiful. Fuel tank on this is 3.6 gallons. That's 13.6 liters. And I'm going to throw this in right away. This is rated, I think, at 70 miles a gallon. So that's over 200 miles of range, you know, with a 35-mile bonus add-on. You know, that's you can go forever on this bike. Wheelbase on this little hot rod is 55.1 inches. And of course, you know me, I like anything with a 55 in the wheelbase. That's 1,400 millimeters. And ground clearance, as with all Royal Enfields, they love the ground clearance. 6.7 inches, that's 170 millimeters. Seat height for this thing, and this is a true sell point of this bike, 30.1 inch seat height. And it's a nice, narrow, look at that, very narrow right through here. Very low feeling motorcycle. That's 765 millimeters. So that's actually one of the key selling points of this bike, I would think, for a beginner, is the fact that it's got a very low seat height. It's got a narrow seat right through here. It's still wide back here, but narrow right here when you're standing up. It's got a very low center of gravity. It's got plenty of power for the average person, you know, just driving around. Some of you are going to think 20 horsepower is not plenty of power. I own a plethora of motorcycles, and my favorite motorcycle is 24 horsepower. So go figure, right? You can have plenty of fun on that with that kind of power. But just a gorgeous looking machine. Dry weight on this motorcycle, wet weight on this motorcycle. This is a good number too. And remember, it's got a very low center of gravity. 421 pounds, that's 191 kilograms. And that's just a decent number. You know, that I've driven these down the highway, never on the interstate, down the highway, gone by trucks. It doesn't get blown around. It's got a good feel. It's got a good feel in town. It rides very well. It's very accommodating. It does what you want. It's great to drive around town, and it's got torque from the very bottom, right over idle. It's got, you know, all its torque starts about there, and it's a very even, flat torque curve, so it works very well. And I'm just going to throw this in real quick. This bike has a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty. 3 years unlimited mileage. Just phenomenal warranty on a bike like this. So let's go back to the looks of this thing. I mean, look at this gorgeous seat. It's got an offset color trim and stitching. Nice large solo seat, good back seat. It's got this little sissy bar on it, and this is cast. This is not plastic. This is cast metal, just absolutely gorgeous. You know, here's the little handholds here. Very good looking, you know. Side covers, like I said. Something I always point out on a bike is the kickstand. Check that out. I know it's a side stand, but yeah, it's not just a welded piece of metal. It's got this, it's very stylized. Looks good. Goes good with the bike. And I always point this out. I love these Enfield pegs. They're bigger than standard. They look good. They say Royal Enfield on them. Good looking motorcycle. Very good looking motorcycle. Look at this headlight. You know, chrome ring. That whole front end is just gorgeous. I really think it's a good looking bike. A lot of people will get these, you know, for town bikes or for beginner bikes. And something you can do with these, you can lower it. There's a gal that works here named Kara, and she's got one of these. And they put shorty shocks in the back. They drop the front end a little bit. I don't know if they make a low seat. If they did, I think she might have got one. I'll find out about that. And I think she got another inch down in the height. So it's you know, it's just a good all-around bike. When I rode one of these the first time, one of the things I just thought was, it's kind of like a gentleman motorcycle. You know, it was everything that you really needed right when you needed it. It wasn't surgy or powerful, but it was good enough. You know, it had good power. It had good enough to do what you wanted to do. I drove one of these to Atlantic a few miles down the road and buzzed around town one day for quite a while, and just had a ball on it. You know, it loves city traffic. Just very good at that. Very good at that. This is SuperNova blue. Let's come over here and take a look at this. These are the colors that are available. Fireball red, the bike at the top, is also available in yellow. Then down here, the next level is a stellar black, a blue, stellar blue, and a stellar red. And then the SuperNova that we're looking at, SuperNova, it comes in blue and SuperNova brown. And this is the 2022 model, and the pricing, I think the pricing is pretty close. You can see that there. However, the 23 model, like I said, Does not have the nav anymore, but it does have this beautiful little windshield. It's a very good looking shield. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. If y'all are interested in a bike like this, a Royal Enfield, new or used, or a Triumph, new or used, go to baxtercycle.com and give those guys a call. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Hey, life is good. Get out there and ride. Wahoo!